Hello and welcome to Bedroom Studio Corner. I am XD. Welcome back to another video. Today in this video, I'm going to be talking about the 5 mistakes that most amateur producers make. And these are some of the mistakes that I actually made myself when I was starting out music production. The first one is thinking that having a lot of presets, a lot of VSTs, and a lot of sample packs will make your music sound better. It will give you some sounds to work with and all that, but at the end of the day, it's just going to confuse your workflow and you're not going to know exactly what to pick or what you actually need because you have so much. It's going to be overwhelming when you're trying to produce. Having all these VSTs and all these things is just going to give you more work to go out there and look and feel like you're always inadequate because there's always a new plugin, there's always new sound packs coming out there, but most of them are an exact copy of maybe the VSTs that you already have. So don't dwell on that, thinking that that's the only thing that you're missing in your production. And another thing is blaming the lack of equipment. A lot of people are always saying, oh, I'm missing this piece of equipment, I'm missing a keyboard, I'm missing a mic, I'm missing a drum pad, I'm missing this and that. But the gear is only as good as you are as a producer. So try and invest more in knowledge first before you can actually invest in gear, because knowledge is much cheaper than gear. And we all know as producers that gear can be very, very expensive. So you don't want to stress yourself out thinking that I have to wait till I have the best gear for me to actually produce good music. A lot of people are producing with just a laptop and they're making hits that are topping charts worldwide. So what's your excuse when people are making music with just laptops without any other bigger studio equipment? So don't look at people with all this gear and photos and all these big studios and think that you need that to be able to actually make great music. You do not need all that equipment. Another problem that a lot of people have had, and I know that I've had before and I actually still have today, is not finishing projects. A lot of people come to me and they're like, X, I can never finish a project. Sometimes I make 5 projects and I leave them halfway. I cannot finish them. Can you help me fix this problem? But they don't know that it's actually not a problem, but it's actually part of the process. When you're making music, you can never expect every single track that you start on to be a hit or to be the perfect one. So you have to go through maybe 20, up to 50, up to 100 tracks in order to just actually choose 1 track or even 2 tracks out of all of those that can actually be good and that you can actually work with. So don't look at it as a problem, because it isn't. Everyone does it. We all have to scrap ideas and start over and keep starting afresh. That's part of the process. So don't let that stress you and get into your head that it's a problem. Another thing most beginners think is that they will figure out everything on their own. You can never figure out a lot of these things in music production on your own, because music production is a big industry and it has a lot of things that come into play. You have so much information that you can learn and you can never really figure anything out on your own. I promise you, you can sit on your own with FL Studio. You will end up not getting to do anything. Some things you can figure out by mistake here and there, yes, but the most crucial things you can never figure out on your own. That's why you have groups, that's why you have Discords, that's why you have other producers to rely on and exchange ideas. We have a Facebook group that's called Bedroom Studio Corner, where we also exchange ideas that you can actually join and get to communicate with other producers. I'll put a link down in the description to where you can actually join it. But these are the things that help you actually learn more quicker and get to producing, because it's frustrating when you're trying to do something in a software, but you know that you're missing a simple piece of information. But if you're gonna be in that mindset of I'll figure out anything, you're gonna spend years and years not being able to make the music that you want to make, because you're not being able to talk to other people and ask a simple question. You need to tuck in your pride. That's all there is to it. Another thing, and which is my last point, is making music under the influence. I know this is a very, very controversial issue, because a lot of people feel that when they're under the influence, they make better music, and when they're not under the influence, they suck, you know? So I personally believe that as a professional, you cannot work under the influence and expect to handle clients while under the influence. That's just not professional, no matter what business it is. But if you know that you're just having fun and you're producing for the fun of it, go ahead and do what you like, because you know you're not working on something serious that now is going to become a problem on the next day. But I feel like if you need to learn something and you want to learn something, your mind must be in the game 100%, because most of the time when you are under the influence or drunk or high the previous day, the next day you might not even remember what happened the previous day. Now let's say for instance you learn something today while you're under the influence. By tomorrow you would have forgotten it. So you're gonna have to start learning again. So which means you're not progressing in music production, you're actually taking yourself back. So that's the problem with being under the influence. So it just depends with where your level is at and where you're trying to take your music production. So I hope this is helpful to you. I hope this sheds some light. You can follow me on Twitter. You can follow me on Instagram at XDizzlegram. I want to thank my Patreons for supporting the channel. If you like this video, leave a like down below. If you're new to the channel, remember to subscribe so that you don't miss out on any future videos. Remember to click the bell icon so that you get a notification whenever I upload. I'm gonna check you guys out in my next video. I'm X and I'm out. Peace.